So, anyways, chat. After a couple of technical difficulties, today I'm here with the man, the legend, Four Eye Old Bang, the controller collecting freak, if you will. And today we're gonna be doing something I haven't done in a minute. We're gonna be making a tier list of the UNI II soundtrack. I'm pretty biased when it comes to Uni. I think Uni has some of the greatest music in anime fighters. What do you think?
Honestly, Raito's music is really good, I will say.
It's pretty good. All right. So I'm very curious to see what this tier list is gonna turn out like, and hopefully we don't get attacked on Twitter. So that wouldn't be fun, would it?
It's Twitter. Who cares out there? Who cares about Twitter? They're dumb.
And I woke up this morning, opened Twitter. First thing I see is a username IncestGooner69. Peak Twitter.
Oh boy.
Crazy.
Yeah, and like that part right there, that's supposed to be the part where it loops, which makes sense if it doesn't actually have like a proper end, because it makes it more easy enough for the artists to pretty much like have a way of looping it essentially.
Yeah.
So it makes sense, and like we're talking about video game music here, where it's meant to be like that. So
yeah.
But yeah, all right. So where would you personally put this on the tier list?
I think for me, personally, it would be thinking A.
A tier, huh?
Yeah.
That's where you're gonna put it?
Yeah, pretty damn good, but it's
like,
not my favorite track in the game.
Personally, it's my favorite track in the game, and I said like it's my favorite track in video game music history. So like I put this easily in S tier.
I mean, it's definitely iconic. If you know fighting games and Under Night, it's definitely a very iconic track.
Yep.
Yeah, I think S tier would be.
Yeah, I'm
definitely
gonna
really
put an S tier then.
Yeah.
All right then. So next up, with like whose theme is up next, and we'll have to. Let's see. It's apparently if we go by the playlist you're on, it should be Linnea's theme. So. Alright, so yeah, what do you personally think of it though? I'll let you say your thoughts on it first.
Yeah. So for me, I think the build-ups are good. Some of them feel kind of random and a little long at times, but when it drops, I think it's really good. I really liked that piano part that it had. I thought that was really good. I think I'd put it at like I'd say A or B.
I can see that, and yeah, I do agree on those parts. Like the parts where they do transition over to like adding in the other instruments, though, like where the other instruments are the main focus, it felt weirdly timed at some points.
Yeah.
So it docked some points on it for me because it felt like, yeah, this doesn't feel like it's like in there. It just felt like it was put in there or haphazardly. So I'm going to put it in B as well. Oh, like A, I can see what your reasoning is, but for me, I feel like B might be the more appropriate spot for it.
Yeah, I agree with B. Yeah.
All right then. So we're currently now on Aurier's theme. So, oh boy. Have my opinion. Like, this feels like an S tier song, honestly, easily.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way.
Yeah. S tier, definitely. Dude, that piano.
Yeah, and
and when that guitar kicked in, oh my god, that's so good. Oh my god.
All right. So yeah, and we're not, for a disclaimer for anyone who's actually joining in with us, these tiers are not exactly ordered. We're just placing them as we go by, pretty much, and listening to them.
Yeah. We can organize them at the end. But yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But for now, I think it's better we just don't do that until.
Yeah. For sure.
All right. So now, next up, Waldstein. And for the record, Waldstein's my character a choice these days when I play Under Night.
I had a feeling. Okay, I knew it, man. I knew it. You love playing the characters I hate.
I'll say my thing after you say yours.
Okay.
I was doing a lot of talking already.
All right. So, first of all, I got a hot take, if you will.
Go ahead.
I think his old classic theme was a lot better.
I think you're not wrong. I think it's way better.
Yeah, I think this is a downgrade.
Yeah.
I'm very upset that they took out my favorite part. I don't know if you remember. It's that part where they have I think they're like little chimes or something.
I think so. Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that part was like.
I need to really listen. Like.
Yeah. Like that part. I always liked that part in his original track.
Right.
You know, it just doesn't like no real parts are like really. They don't. None of them really like stood out to me. You know, like.
Right.
Like in Hyde's track, the guitars stood out. Nightcrawler, the piano, Ori's theme, the piano, and when the guitar kicked in. But this one, I don't know. I just didn't like it.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with you on that, because like when listening to this theme, like all I could hear and what I picture in my head the times I was listening to this music, pretty much all I could see in my head is that they're about to show this big guy who is like and that's it. Like they're just about to show this big guy. That's all I could hear. And then like the music just shines more light onto it, but that's it. Like they don't show anything about him pretty much other than just, hey, he's a big guy. That's it.
Yeah. His original theme was better.
Way better. So now, where do you think this should fall in the tier list? Like honestly,
I would slap it at
there's
D or F.
I'm going to create an F tier for it. Because like that was like not good. Like honestly,
damn.
Like,
First F
I
of the
love
day.
you, Waldstein. Yep. Oh boy. F tier. Oh boy. All right. And that's where I'm gonna put it as well. I feel like that really was a disappointment.
Yeah.
All right. Well. All right. Next up, we got
remix the down. That's crazy.
Oh boy. All right. Well, next one is going to be Gordeau's theme. So let's see how this goes. good.
They snapped on that. They snapped. S tier.
And look,
That was so good.
easy S tier. There's no question about that. That is easy S tier material.
They
Like
win.
this emphasizes his character perfectly. Like this song emphasizes his actual character perfectly, and I can see what the personality went behind for this guy.
Yeah.
Essentially is. Like you can hear it too, like in the song, because it starts out with this like chill guy, hey, just being around, and then you suddenly pick a fight with him. He goes in, like and he's like playing it off like as if he really hasn't. Like he's playing it as if it's just like a joke to him, essentially.
Yeah.
And he's laughing it off. And then he's like, oh, when it's done, oh, here's another fight. Let's go do it. It's like that's what it felt like. And I think that emphasizes it perfectly because obviously Gordeau himself, I don't think he's like this guy who would pick a fight intentionally, but rather he just does things and then he somehow gets himself into a fight, yet he laughs it off like it's child's play to him.
Yeah. Oh my god. And those drops were crazy as well, dude.
Yep.
God. Yeah.
All right.
He had one of the best themes in the older games, but it makes sense that the remix would just go crazy.
Yep.
So anyways, what I was about to say is, it's an alright theme. It's definitely not the worst. I like the piano. And when that guitar kicked in, and that second half of it, I thought that was pretty nice. Overall, I'd say it's I'd say it's pretty average. I'd probably put it like at a C.
Think C?
Yeah.
Because I kind of can see what you're talking about, and I do agree on it, because it doesn't feel like, and here's the thing, the original theme, pretty much, it was like an A tier song for me. I really loved that song when I first played Under Night in Birth. In this game, I don't know if I really enjoyed it as much. I like some of the changes on it, but then like some things just didn't sit well. Like some transitions felt a little bit rough, and then how the end of it was, it didn't really sit well. I do see, like, but when I was listening to it, I could see what the developers were trying, the composer was trying to go for, because she is pretty much a samurai, and you could kind of hear some of that pretty much, where she's more of a relaxed one. She doesn't look like it, but then like when you deal with her, she actually shows that she has samurai knowledge on like what she actually uses to attack, pretty much, and how she approaches.
Yeah.
But that's about it. Like, because then you hear some of the beat drops, like it's like the battle's over, and then she's just gonna walk around. Like she may, it's like somewhat, like it feels like it's somewhat getting to her, but not that much. Like it was like, oh, caught her off guard by surprise, and that was about it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. It's not bad. It's definitely not Walt Stein bad.
Yeah.
But it's not. I don't think it's very like outstanding.
Right.
Yeah, I'd say C.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it in C then as well. All right, so the next theme we got pretty much is Carmine's.
This is my main.
Ooh. That actually has a solid enough ending, and good for a good loop.
Yeah.
We hardly talked on that one, pretty much.
Yeah, yeah. So, I personally think that Pretty good. I don't like some of the build-ups. I think some of them are like beginning portion was very long. It definitely had some pretty nice parts as well. So I think it's a D because I think it does have some good parts, but it's definitely not my favorite. But I don't think it's that great.
Yeah, so in my opinion, I feel like it's like the buildups are a bit too long. We do get what he's going for, since based off his playstyle, like it was, as we know in the original Under Night and pretty much in a bit of Under Night 2, he pretty much fights by sacrificing some of his blood and then just gains it back essentially.
Yeah.
So, and we know by his personality that he doesn't really care what the hell happens. He just wants chaos and carnage to just keep happening. And
yeah,
that's what the song does emphasize, but it's doing it at a bit of a slow pace because the way we like listen to this guy, he just wants it to be in there and it just goes all in pretty much for the carnage. Yeah. This one just feels like he's slowing down intentionally for some reason.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, it's not that it's a bad song, but it feels like for this character, you would assume that he's actually playing it slow and just going for chaos, but no. Like, when you actually look into his personality, like on how he's written, he pretty much the exact opposite of slow. Like, he wants chaos to happen, and he's willing to do whatever it takes to just start it and just go all out. Like, the build up to the song, and then finally when it shows, like the build up to the song pretty much, it just shows that it's a bunch of carnage and chaos going out, but you don't know who's causing it. Then, like, by the time it shows up, it's like, wow, that took a long time to show who exactly was behind it all.
I know.
You know?
1 minute into the song.
God, that took forever. All right. But I think that's enough rambling. I do agree with that D can be a possibility. I feel like I want to be lenient on it and put it in a C, but I feel like D is the more appropriate spot for it.
Yeah. I'd say. But I definitely think. What did we put at C? Uzuri?
We already put it at D because that's what you said for earlier. That's why I left it in D.
Yeah. Okay.
And I moved it into D because that's what I also feel like it should be. I was like saying that I could be lenient on it and just put it into C because at least it built onto the character essentially.
Yeah.
You know, on like who exactly it is, but it didn't do it well enough is what I'm gonna say. So and that's why I feel more comfortable putting it in a D. Like, it is definitely not F tier. Is like between like so far what's in F tier compared to like what we just listened to. This is like two gaps pretty much. Yeah, like those. It's just that much better. So yeah.
Or Waldstein.
All right then. Yeah, and I love you, man, but come on, you got to get a better theme. Right.
It was a nice.
Yeah. So honestly, my thoughts on that right now, like I feel like
at v dot
it's
dot
good.
Discord. Message at v dot 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 edit tab pop-up.
Definitely has shown some some characteristics of him in the song. Basically, him being an assassin and all that, but it didn't feel like it exactly emphasized it enough. Is what I'm gonna say.
Yeah. I personally, I like that start. I think that was a nice build up. I really like the transition. They were going crazy on that guitar.
Right.
Overall, I'd say it's like like a B or an A.
You think like B or A?
Yeah. What are your thoughts?
I honestly think it's an A tier song. Like, it's not the only bad part about it, and like in my opinion, it just feels like it doesn't emphasize the character enough. Is what I'm gonna say, pretty much. Like that's the only thing I could really critique it on, because like the transitions on how everything went into, it was smooth. You could hear the idea of him like just sneaking up onto the target he's supposed to assassinate. Hey, and he's like, and then suddenly someone nearly catches him, so he's trying to kill them as well and get away with it. And you can hear that too.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
So
definitely.
essentially, I don't know.
It's a really good theme. I mean, they went crazy.
Yep. And like I don't know much more other than that. Like that's what it sounds like to me, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like I don't remember much of this character. I haven't played him myself. Neither do I know his story too much.
Yeah.
But that's what it sounds like to me. Is what I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I'd give it an 8 here. It's really good. It's good.
Yeah, like the tempo of it is also a really nice pace too. Like,
Yeah.
and then like how they change up the pace is like it shows exactly what they're going for, pretty much.
Yeah.
But it's just like it felt like it doesn't fit his character entirely, but it does make sense on what he's going after, pretty much.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, that's an A tier song then, I guess. Or unless you want.
Yeah,
Unless you
yeah,
have
I'd say 8 here.
Yeah. All right then.
No, that theme went crazy, dude. That little like dubstep type part, that was crazy. When they added that, I don't know what you would call it, that little like instrument where it was like, that went crazy.
Yeah.
And then when the guitar dropped, man, I'd say 8 here. That was good. That was really good.
Yeah, I'm hovering between A and S tier because the thing is the build up to it and what it exactly emphasizes is because you don't know what this guy actually is, essentially. So
yeah,
when you really like the very first part of the song, like you're shrouded in mystery. Then you see like, oh, this is a crazy monster now. Oh, but then like after a little bit more into the song, you then hear like this part where the dun 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 dun, and you pretty much and then you can realistically hear him pretty much talking like a normal human, essentially.
yeah.
This guy is a monster, but with the ability to speak human, but he's also pretty much under his like instinct of like the monster he is right now. Oh, so you can kind of see that pretty much, and I feel like that emphasizes a lot, especially considering that because the game is called Under Night, right? You would expect these to be night like themes that you would hear in the dark, pretty much, and emphasize like that these crazy things happen in the dark.
Yeah.
So I'm willing to put this in S tier, but I can also see like why you would put it in A tier. Like I'm willing to hover between either two.
Yeah.
But if we want, we could put a tier between it, like A plus or S minus. You know.
I mean, it's a really good. I don't know, man. Like, I feel like there are better themes that I would have put in S tier, which is why I would put it in A. Because I feel there are other themes in the game that are a lot like crazy better that would fall into that S category. So yeah, I'm leaning more towards like an A tier.
I can see that, and I'm like, yeah, as I said, I'm hovering between A and S because they're both really good, and they both like this song really emphasizes the character pretty damn well.
Yeah.
Well, especially considering the monster it is, and but like it's a really good way. Even like sure, it doesn't have a proper ending, but like this is video game music we're talking about where it's designed to have not exactly a loop at times, so it makes sense if it doesn't have a loop.
Yeah.
And like it doesn't if it has a weak ending pretty much. So like we don't really need a docket point on that aspect. Whereas if it sounds like the song does have an ending, we will somewhat dock points on it depending on how good the ending is or not. Because we're judging it based on like how we hear the song and like whether it actually sounds like it is intended to loop or not.
Mhm.
So like that's what we're trying to go for.
Yeah.
So A tier or S tier, I can see what you're talking about. I'm more willing to put it in S tier, to be honest, but if you want, like, we'll put it in A tier. But for probably me, I'm probably gonna compromise and just put a tier between the S and A and put this like somewhat like an S minus or A plus.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. We can put it like a tier in the middle. 'Cause, I mean, they definitely went
Alright,
crazy
then.
on that.
Yeah, so we'll add a row here, and now add this. And now if I'm gonna put this, what do you think? A plus or S minus?
I'd say yes.
S minus, got it.
Some of the I really like those parts where the guitar kicks. I really like that beginning part where the guitar is just in the background. I would say A tier. I think there are a couple of things in there that, if I look at it objectively, it would probably knock it down to B tier. But I definitely, it's really good. I like it a lot.
Yeah, I'm hovering between A and B as well. Like right now, for me, the reason like I feel like it's going to be put in B tier, despite it being a pretty good song, is just that part where it literally felt like it cut in all of a sudden. You know, like that really emphasized, like that killed the mood of the song, in my opinion.
Yeah, that was a very like I was expecting like a fire ass drop or something.
Yeah, and it just suddenly appeared in, which in a way I could see what they were going for, but considering that this character is not exactly a human, but they're rather a cybernetic being essentially. Like, and you could hear that like when it starts up, pretty much like, okay, so like the build up to like what it is, it shows this like little character pretty much, and then it replays again because it wants you to double check and see like if this really is like a human being, and no, you find out no, that isn't a human being. It's essentially not even. It's like whatever it is, it's just only human like,
yeah,
but not actually human.
Yeah,
and that really emphasizes it, that it has its mind of its own. And then when it goes in, and it sounds like you're gonna have to try to avoid messing with that thing essentially. But then like this part where it dropped pretty much, it felt like I get what they were doing, like on the character where it's just trying to reset essentially, like do a quick reset. It made sense, but in the actual like when you transition, like when you hear that in the song, it feels so weird out of context.
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
but yeah,
I'd say, I'd say B tier.
Think B tier?
Yeah.
All right, we'll put it in B tier then. It's not like a bad song. It just
no, it's definitely not.
Like I definitely will like listening to it. Don't get me wrong. Like there's like the music like we hear literally in like all of B and higher. I guarantee we're probably going to be listening to a lot, and C like it's going to be mixed depending on the person you're listening to. So essentially,
I mean, B tier and up right now. All those songs are on my playlist.
Melty Blood, and she came into Under Night. Right, so it makes sense that the actual song that they use is Blood Drain, pretty much. So it's a remix of that, which is already, and that pretty much also got remixed essentially into this game.
Yeah. Oh man. That.
So like, while it does.
That was really good. Okay, maybe I'm a little biased. Yeah, I do like the character. Fun fact, he's on my banner on my YouTube channel. So I love the character. I love her theme. It's really good. But man, the guitar, it goes crazy. The intro part, I really like that part. It really like emphasizes the moment you hear that, you think like vampire, right? Like blood drain, basically.
Yeah.
The piano version, so good. And then they threw it
that's
the
an
guitar in there
addition.
as well. Oh my god.
Right, and it's like, to me, that when they actually brought in the piano part, it emphasized the idea that, hey, this character isn't from the series. You like, that's why we are in, like, that's why the piano cover is there. It's emphasizing that this is not an original character. This is someone, like, this belongs to a different franchise, and she crossed over somehow.
Yeah.
So that's what it, so like, to me, that's what it sounds like, and that's what I can picture it feeling like, essentially.
yeah.
But for me, though, like, because it's not exactly based, like, she doesn't have her own theme in this game. It's rather just a representation of the Melty Blood franchise, which is her theme. It's not, like, bad, but it's a representation of her character. I could not see anything about it, so that's just a problem for me. But I'm not against the idea of the theme. Like, again, I'm probably just biased, like, because what I'm trying to listen to more about, like, when it comes to these character themes, essentially, is just like, where is this character coming from? What kind of playstyle can I expect based off the song I'm hearing, pretty much, you know?
Yeah, definitely. I can see that.
Yeah. And obviously, I'm not saying it's a bad theme. It is a really good theme. I would like, had it had it not had that context, I would easily put this song, like, probably in A or B tier, to be honest. But with this context in mind, I am gonna, like, I feel like I might put it in C tier, to be honest.
Really, C tier.
Yeah, it's not bad, like I said, but it doesn't emphasize the character at all. It emphasizes it's like it's a crossover character, and this is just representing the crossover franchise. Because I'm trying to, like I said before, I'm trying to see, like, what I can picture in my head based off hearing this theme, essentially, with the character.
Yeah,
That's the main thing.
Yeah.
But I'll let you say your thoughts on what you think about it more.
Yeah,
where you
well,
would place it.
For me, personally, just like looking at the music itself, I think it's really good. It's a really good theme. For me personally, like I said before, maybe I'm just biased towards the character. I really like Melty Blood. I don't know where I would put the theme, because for me personally, I would say that.
I can see why you would put it in S, to be honest, but like I said, like, the reason I'm putting it, I personally would put it in C, is not because, like, it's a bad theme by any means. It's just, it doesn't emphasize the character. It's emphasizing that this is a crossover character, essentially, and it adds more into that crossover element with the piano added, with the piano cover added into it.
Yeah.
And that, like, like, when you hear the guitar kicking in with the piano, essentially, it's like, yeah, this game is accepting the fact that this is a crossover character, but they're willing to let them into this world, essentially. No one's discriminating against them, or even like having problems with them.
Yeah.
Other than the fact that people outside who are just actually playing the game who keep losing to this character, and that's the complaint they have. But that's beside the point.
W character.
Yep. But yeah, but where do you where do you want to personally put, like, do you think, like, maybe like A or B tier, like?
Yeah, we can do A. We can do A.
A tier? Okay, then.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because for me, as much like if like this was my own list, and I'm not talking about it with someone else, I would definitely put that in C, considering, like, like, all those points I brought up earlier of it just not emphasizing the actual character itself, rather it's just that this is a crossover character.
Yeah.
It's really, like, it makes sense that, like, I would not put it in here, but if I wasn't taking that into context, then easily this would go into, like, A tier.
Yeah.
Because, like,
great theme.
Like, A or B tier, pretty much, because, like, the drops and, like, how it pretty much, like, ended didn't sit well with me, but it's not, like, outright horrendous. It was just, like, it had some very good moments, just dragged down a bit because of those like weird loops essentially, or weird add-ins,
Yeah.
and like that that felt like haphazard, but that's about it.
Yeah. So right off the bat,
All right.
that intro was pretty nice, and when the actual beat dropped, that was crazy.
Right.
That bass was nice.
Yeah.
Transitions were on point. That part with the drums were that part with the drums was crazy, and they went crazy.
Yeah. So I want to emphasize like what they were going for pretty much, and what I actually could hear is that they're like, this is more of like a character who has more of the aesthetic that they want to play, like being the hero essentially, and it's a high energy. Like they'll be like they're rushing into the action and all that, you know.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah,
it sounds
definitely.
like. That's what I can get. Like that's what it feels like to me. So
Yeah, definitely. I feel like this is honestly like a pretty different theme from the ones that we've heard so far. Like this is like fast, pretty upbeat. You know, like it's a very heroic type track.
right, and like there's a part in the song pretty much where you could hear like that this character is actually fighting at a range, and then when it picks up again, like you can hear her, and like you can imagine that this character is closing in the gap essentially, and getting in there to beat you pretty much. Like they're going, like they're ready to go in and go start attacking you essentially.
Yeah.
Based off this. And so I kind of like it, and especially considering like we know that the actual character does use a whip herself pretty much.
Yeah.
Like, when you actually fight her.
Yeah. Well, that was pretty fire. I'd say S tier.
Yeah. I am willing to put it in S tier as well, honestly. Like that was a very good song, and it emphasizes the character. Like I can see what they were going with pretty much for the character, because it checks out all the boxes of showing off what the character is essentially, and you can feel their play style essentially as well with this one especially, and you can hear like what kind of vibe they're going for with these characters. So yeah, I'm willing to put it in S tier as well.
Yeah, definitely. I'd say S tier. That was awesome. That was a really good track.
Yep. All right then. So let's see, who do we got up next?
S tier.
All right.
They went crazy. Oh my god. Oh.
Yeah, I definitely agree on that, because what I can hear based off that is that like obviously this guy pretty much just looks like he's not like very interested in a lot of things. He's mostly focused on what he's like reading pretty much, because you can see like with his character design that he has a book in his hand and he has some glasses, so it's probably he's invested into reading this or studying this, right? And then suddenly you hear him, like the beat change, and it seems like you unleash something in him, like you somehow angered this guy, and he unleashes like some true power that he has pretty much, like, or some devastating power.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like. And when you look at it pretty much, like I just looking at his character right now, yeah, that is exactly what it is pretty much. He's unleashing some kind of beast essentially on you.
Yeah.
So
And his name is literally Chaos.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude, that was so great. Bro, those parts where it's like, "Da-na-na-na,
Yeah, and
da-na-na-na-na-na-na," and then when
exactly, and
the
pretty much
the beat drops, oh my god.
Yeah, because like he doesn't like, it's emphasizing that this guy is not really caring about like brute strength and all that. He's caring about being like the smarter one. Like he wants to have the knowledge to beat you pretty much, and that's what it emphasizes. Like you can hear it like with all those notes that emphasize that yeah, this guy's like going for knowledge. He doesn't really care about like raw strength and all that. But yeah, this emphasized exactly what this character is essentially, and you could hear it like perfectly. This guy is not about the brawn, he's about the brains, and if you like get on his bad side, he will unleash some crazy power on you and you'll regret it essentially.
Yeah, definitely.
So you don't want to mess with him, and yeah, it's really emphasizing that he's not going to hold back essentially at that point.
Yeah.
All right, that was
fire.
nice.
That was fire. That's an S. That's an S.
That's easily S tier. I already put it in S tier.
Oh god.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that was. Whew.
So obviously the biggest complaint like right now and like the big elephant in the room is that it doesn't seem like it's emphasizing the fact that this guy is a crossover character. It's almost like as if this character comes from like this game itself in a way, which is misleading and I will admit. But it's not like it's a bad song. Again, this feels like it's like showing that hey, this character pretty much is an Under Night original character.
Yeah. Well, for me, I think a lot of those transitions are pretty nice. They definitely went they went crazy with the guitar. I think overall musically it was pretty good. I'd say like an A B.
I can see that, and yeah, like outside the context of him not emphasizing him being a crossover character, like everything about it is really good. It emphasizes like he's a character who has some power. He's a powerful character that he's trying to like get things over with. He's mostly it feels like that this is just a normal theme for him. Like you can hear like him when fighting. Like when you play as a character, this would be the normal theme in the background essentially, and it fits his character pretty well too.
Yeah.
So I'm willing to put it, and like all the transitions to how each part of the song is really good. However, it doesn't capture me as much as one other problem I have with it. But it's not like it's a bad song. It's just like what captured me compared to like the songs in like all the songs currently we had above. It really emphasized like the points on what exactly would draw me towards this character, whereas this guy, it doesn't feel like it does have that appeal to me.
Yeah,
like none of those nothing in the song really found like to me. It felt like it had that appeal there, so that's what kind of making me hesitant to putting it in like A tier, and I'm more feeling like it could be in a B tier.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I'd say B tier is fair.
Yeah, like again, like to emphasize, this is not a bad song. It just didn't, and like this is really not like again, it's not emphasizing the fact that this is pretty much a crossover character being the biggest one, and the other one is just that well, it didn't really like put this, like it didn't have anything that really like capture the emphasis on what this character exactly is essentially.
Yeah.
Other than it sounds like it's a main character that's crossing over, or in a way, but not exactly. Like as if this guy is almost the main character in a way. That's what it is.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely got like protagonist vibe or like hero from the track.
Yeah, but nothing to emphasize again the fact that he's a crossover, which is the bigger problem, because like as they say on the web. Like on the official website, on like his character description, Akatsuki is a guest character who was summoned to this world by an unfortunate, like whatever this is. Like hold on, an unfortunate coincidence, pretty much. So yeah,
yeah, I'd say B tier. B tier is good.
Yeah. Like and. Because after reading that now, like it also doesn't seem like it's emphasizing the fact that he crossed over multiple times. It's like this is just normal for him at this point, which I could see why they didn't really want to deal with it being like that much different. Because if it's considered normal to him at this point, he's not. I wouldn't expect it to be that phased, but I would expect some slight differentiations, you know.
Yeah.
But that said, it's still not bad. I think it makes more sense that it is pretty much like why it's going to be in here, and it feels more fitting to have it in here rather than any of the tiers above or even below it.
Yeah,
because,
definitely.
All right. Yeah.
All
right, next song.
Some of the songs we have above B tier, I think a lot of those were definitely a lot better than his track.
Right. And like again, and before anyone points out, like as I said before, like Elton is not like I wouldn't put Elton personally in A tier, or like as much as like UrielCyclone here would put it in, like almost. I believe you put it in S tier, right?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, like I personally would put it in like C tier pretty much, because this is emphasizing the entire franchise of Melty Blood and not the specific character herself, since I couldn't picture anything based off this character, essentially. Other than the fact that the song did emphasize that this is a crossover character with the piano part, and that's it.
To me personally, I would be an S tier. The way they kept swapping between slowing things down and then speeding back up, that piano part, and then when the guitar kicks back in, oh, that was really good. I like that. It's my favorite, one of my favorite tracks in the game.
I can see why, and yeah, I definitely would agree too, because like it emphasizes this character is pretty much like wacky. You don't know exactly what the heck he is doing or what he's thinking of, pretty much.
Yeah,
and you could really feel that because he like will do whatever at this point, and he doesn't really care. Right?
Yeah,
he's just doing it for the sake of just doing it.
Yeah, that was really good. I like that a lot.
This actually makes sense then. Like, I would definitely put this in S tier, honestly, because it definitely fit the character, considering like that we can actually see it, and like I can picture exactly what he is doing, pretty much. Like he's just like he gets involved with chaos. He doesn't really think much of it. He just gets out of it. He just does whatever it is, and then just moves on, like as if nothing happened. Like it's a normal day to him, and yet he also just does like whatever the hell he feels like he pleases.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, it fits him well. The track itself, it's really good. It's fire. So yeah, I'd say S tier.
Yeah.
So I liked the intro. I thought that was nice. The whole vibe of it. It's definitely a very like typical anime schoolgirl type vibe. I like that drop. When that guitar kicked in, that was fire. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I can see that, and yeah, I definitely would agree. Yeah. However, I'm not willing to put it in like, how should I say? I'm not going to put it in S tier. I feel like this might be an A tier song, but mostly because we don't know much about it other than that. Like, it just seems like that this, like, we are listening to a character who is pretty much in a school setting, and then they just do some crazy intense thing, but that's about it. Like, we only get to know about that one instance, and we're still in a mystery about it.
Yeah.
So, which does fit the character, I'm not gonna lie, because apparently what the official description says is that she's a mysterious girl. Well, so that's what it officially stated.
Yeah. I mean, I'd say A or B.
Yeah, I'm willing to put it in A tier, honestly. So
yeah, that's fair. I'd say.
All right. Next up, like we got Enkito's theme. So yeah,
that was pretty good. All right, I really like the flute in the background. I thought the guitar, that was fire. I like how they threw in that acoustic in there. That was pretty clean. The transitions were pretty nice. Yeah, it kind of gave me samurai vibe or ninja vibe.
yeah, and I get what you mean because he's actually a martial artist. So the fact that those wind instruments emphasize it is like it's supposed to be some sort of martial arts, pretty much.
Yeah,
And it really does emphasize it a lot. So you
Yeah.
can understand what what his play style is,
yeah, definitely.
and that he's like, and you can hear a lot of those instruments that show like he's still more or less in the training phase of it and doesn't want to fully commit to thing that he's learning. He's completely mastered it essentially. He's still like in his mind, he's still learning all kinds of things.
Yeah, definitely. I'd put it at like A.
An A tier, huh?
Yeah, A or S. That's really good.
Yeah, and like all the like how it transitioned over to each like beat change pretty much, and
Yeah,
I feel like it feels like it can be an S tier song in my opinion.
Yeah, it's definitely. It's really good. I'd say S tier.
Yeah, I'm willing to put it in S tier as well. This is like a very good song. As we said, like this actually does emphasize his playstyle that he's a martial artist essentially a lot, and he's still in the training pretty much.
Yeah, definitely.
So our next song on the list is gonna be Wagon.
I think that's an S tier for me. That was fire.
I can see that, considering like what it's emphasizing is that this character
me dot dot dot
is
Discord.
pretty much
Message
about
at me dot 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 edit
justice
as
and
Pablo.
power, and they are being pretty much a leader.
Yeah, definitely. I got that vibe. Like,
Yeah,
like heroic justice. Very good. It was really good. It was a really good theme. The guitar, that guitar drop was fire. When the piano kicked in the background, that was awesome.
yep.
Jeez.
Like, that was a very good theme, and it really fits like as if the character really was like it was made for the character, because this emphasized the justice the character was fighting for, that they're a strong person, that they're pretty much acting as a leader, or they'll do, and that they're not going to back down. Essentially, they're showing that how strong they are, and you don't want to think that this is going to be an easy fight. It's going to be like taking your entire, it's like you're fighting for your life with this person.
Yeah, definitely.
All right then.
That was really
Yeah, so that's an easy S tier.
definitely.
So now we're gonna have to pretty much let's play our next theme, which is gonna be Londrakia, I believe. Londrakia. I don't even know how you pronounce it. Like this guy's name.
Oh my god, dude, that was fire. I think that's
That song was
definitely
great.
that's my number 2 favorite.
I can see why. And that definitely was a very good song. It emphasizes a lot about this character from what I could picture in my head. Basically, part of it was that this
At
guy
me
has some
dot dot
sort of
Discord.
rivalry
Message
with
at me
someone.
dot
I don't
edit
know
as
who it is essentially, but I could basically picture that essentially based off this theme. Yet this guy is still trying to fight for justice, and he's act like that. This is some sort of like task he needs to do, and what I feel like it is that he's like a new up and comer pretty much, but he's still like got a lot of potential pretty much that he's not willing to give it up. Yet he has a rival in this space too. That's what it sounds like and it feels like to me. That's like I was picturing this in my head, and it feels like this is exactly what it can be, because like when the music paused for a second and then changes its tempo temporarily, it's like that person right there just encountered a rival, and now they're just picking up the fight. It's pretty much to fight them essentially.
Yeah.
This feels perfect to put in an S tier. Like that fits very well, and all the transitions, all everything we just heard pretty much fits so well. There's not like a single like thing that felt out of place or like out of like came in at a bad timing essentially.
It was really good. Like transitions were on point. Nice quick intro, dives right into the song. Piano was going crazy. When the guitar kicked in, it went crazy. It was a good track overall.
Right? Yeah. And now it seems like that since we're in agreement with Andrakia's song being in an S tier because he's going to call it Ice Bill White Knight and for his theme, so it makes sense considering like that the little I know he actually does fight with ice. And you can't sort of feel you can't actually feel like the ice theme essentially with how with it slipping around pretty much, yet still has full control of when he's going to use the ice. Like when you think of ice levels, they pretty much like would be pretty, how do I put this into like easy enough to comprehend? Just like the feeling that you're dealing with like in a panic of a cold essentially, okay? But not like in a super dire way. It's just like, wow, it's suddenly cold out here. You want to just try to find a way to warm yourself up, and that's why you sometimes hear like some speed ups of like this, and yet sometimes when you hear it slipping around, it's like, wow, this actually just coincidentally fits very well when it slips like this. So, all right, so next theme. My honest take on this so far right now is that I don't feel like it's an S tier song. I feel like this could either be a B or an A tier song, because mostly like other than like the fact that I feel like this guy is a school kid pretty much, and that it's just like some sort of crazy action going on at the school. Well, but it's like it doesn't seem like it's intensified at all. Like it's just some crazy things happen like normally unexpected when you're going to school. That's about it. That's all I got out of this song, and like that's pretty much all I can hear and picture in my head. It's just that this kid is pretty much in school, and just some crazy things just keep happening while he's at school. Or that he's getting involved with.
Yeah, I'd say same thing. I definitely like that intro part. I think the transitions are pretty good. But I definitely wouldn't say that it's like an S tier song. I'd say like it's a B.
I can see that, yeah, and definitely that's where I feel like I'm more comfortable putting it. And honestly, like it's not a bad song by any means necessary. Like it is straight up good. It's just if you really are trying to listen to this out of context and try to figure out what kind of character this guy is, straight up, you do not know much more than the fact that this guy is just in school Well, and he's just pretty much like dealing with a lot of crazy things at there, but it's not like it's super crazy. It's just like, oh yeah, this just happened, and like no, it's not like super out there, like out of the ordinary. It's just like, oh yeah, this crazy thing happened. That's about it, and you kind of expect it. Like I didn't really hear or feel anything about it, and from what I do know about his gameplay is that he wields this giant shield thing, which I guess makes sense for what they were going with, but it doesn't seem like but like when you listen to the song, it doesn't seem like he's really utilizing it that much. There's like nothing identifying the fact that he's blocking with it or defending with it or attacking with it, like Captain America or something like that, you know?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it doesn't really give me like shield user type of vibes.
Yeah, especially considering his design, like what we can see in his actual design, he's a school kid, like he's like a kid who's just still wearing a school uniform essentially, but that's about all we got, and there's really nothing else about it. Like I don't see, like I didn't hear anything that would emphasize that, hey, this guy is using his shield to attack, block, whatever it is.
Yeah,
There's like anything other than just like, oh, it's just some crazy things that's happening at school, and he's just like he's just getting to experience it, and it's just like not really much like to go off of, and like nothing really to think much about. That's really what I'm getting at.
yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, so I feel like B tier definitely is a good spot.
Yeah,
But as well, so yeah.
yeah, I'd say B.
All right. Yeah. All right, so we got 4 more songs apparently, but we still have to. Well, we're gonna have to manually find 3 of them. Okay, that was underwhelming, honestly.
And please Discord.
Yeah.
Message at please
Lightly,
edit
too.
as pop-up.
I mean, if he's like supposed to be the main villain or antagonist, it's a very underwhelming song. Like, I did not get like main villain vibe from that. You know,
Yeah.
like Hilda's theme gives me more like villain vibe than that.
Right.
It was, I don't know. It's just, I like the intro and I like the piano parts, but I mean other than that, it was very underwhelming. I don't know. What do you think about it?
Like I didn't get anything that emphasizing that he's the main villain. Like
Yeah.
most of this song sounds like he's just a generic villain that's in there and you have to end up beating. That's mostly what I got from it, and it's not emphasizing the fact that this guy is the main villain. And worst part is, I'm looking at his character details right now. Oh, he's apparently he's apparently lived for over 500 years, and he's mainly meant, and yeah, he's trying to actually do something, which is now like his main goal is to bring an end to the world. In what part of the song does this emphasize it? Because nothing outside of probably the very beginning is like, okay, we got a villain coming up, but that's it. Like, where's the main threat then? Like, where's the guy's main threat? That song, like,
yeah, definitely. It did not like it didn't give you like those like intimidating vibes. Like it does not the feeling like when I don't know, like you have to fight Rugal and you hear his iconic theme come on, or
exactly.
Like when you go up against Akuma, like it just sounds like a kind of like like a generic track. It seems like it could fit just some other character in the roster. It doesn't feel like this is the big bad guy.
Exactly. Like that's been the main complaint right now. Like I do not hear anything. Like,
yeah, like,
I'm
if I just
probably gonna
heard this all the tracks in the game with no context, I would just assume that Hilda is the antagonist.
exactly.
I don't know.
Yeah, because
I'm between
nothing
D and F.
emphasized. Being
I don't.
DNF,
Yeah.
oh boy. I mean, it's a DNF duel right here, so we'll see. I had to squeeze that in, but honestly, I feel like it's not a bad song outright. I'm willing to put it in D. However,
I definitely
this
think it's better
is
than
not a
Wildstein.
good representation of like who the main villain is essentially. Like this is the main problem because like looking at it, he's apparently supposed to be the main villain,
Mhm.
and yet nothing emphasized this in that song like at all, which is why feel like I'm leaning more towards putting it in F, despite it being pretty good of a song.
Yeah.
Like it's that upsetting right now. So yeah,
I definitely
Like-
think it's better than Wildstein's theme.
yeah, like I could see that. So maybe we'll just put it in D tier because I
Yeah.
don't, because Wallstein was a huge disappointment because it literally only emphasized that hey, it's a big strong guy we're showing off, and that's it. Like
Yeah.
that's all we got from Wallstein's team. Whereas this one,
Yeah.
we sort of get a villain thing. Like we sort of get a villain vibe on him. However, this is all it is. It's just a villain theme. It is not like showing any way, shape, or form that this is the main villain of the series. Like in this, or rather in this game specifically. So yeah, that's unfortunate. All right, well, so
At me
that already,
Discord.
like
At me
that theme is
document.
was so much better, honestly. So
I mean, it was so much better. Like,
also, I think you need a full screen, by the way. So
Oh.
Hilda theme, significantly better, like
Yeah.
easily, like a way better theme, and emphasizing the villain.
villain, yeah.
And like I'd easily would put this like in an A tier. You can hear like what kind of a villain like you can like picture in your head what kind of a villain she is. Essentially, she's like, it's like, to me it sounds like as if she's running like this kind of chaos around, and like some sort of organized villain, like something like an organized villain would do. And then you could also hear more like vibes of this song, pretty much showing that she's kind of like causing chaos, and yet it doesn't take her much effort to do so. pretty
Yeah.
much.
Yeah. I mean, definitely. I'd say A tier, yeah. Because
Yeah.
I mean, if you compare the two, you could not tell, in my opinion, that Hilda, well, in my opinion, her theme is the one that comes across as the main antagonist, right? The villain.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, I'd say A tier, for sure.
Yeah, A tier definitely fits perfectly here. So that I would definitely be listening to over and over again. All right, so our next theme, pretty much, we got is like, hold on a second. Pretty much, we got Kaguya. Right.
I like that one.
That was a very good one. And it emphasized the character a lot from what we can tell. Like,
Yeah.
obviously she's a gunslinger. She actually finds out what she's attacking with, and yet it seems like that she's all over the place, apparently. Like that's
But yeah.
what it feels like.
Yeah, I kept switching from like that, the guitar, and then into like little, I guess kind of like a piano part.
Yeah.
It kept swapping between those, like the more calm and strategic to more like attack. In my opinion, that's the vibe that I got from it.
Yeah, and I can agree with all that.
Yeah, I'd put it in S. That was really good. I really like that, and I really like the ending as well. That ending part.
Yeah.
that was nice.
Like, it really emphasized the character a ton because
Yeah.
we can tell exactly what kind of a person she is what kind of like occupation, like what she wields for her weapon. You could even feel like what she actually is going for, right? And like pretty much what motivates her essentially. Like both,
Yeah,
like all those aspects have checked out, and not to mention that, well, apparently, what we actually can predict pretty much is that based off like this character and what I actually looked up on her actual info according to the official site is that she is exceptional at combat. She has an exceptional combat prowess, and that she's sent across like the world pretty much on various missions. So we got that part pretty much, and you could really hear that.
yeah,
Now, as for something that I wouldn't actually know, and I don't think it's like an easy way to identify within the song, she's pretty much part of the same group that Orie is, and same thing with Wagner. So yeah, it's not easy to convey that in a considering like all the songs have vastly sounded different essentially.
yeah.
Like one sounded like they were using holy magic, another sounded like they were standing for justice pretty much.
Yeah,
and the other here pretty much is that they're a missionaire who will do their tasks pretty much. That's what it is.
yeah.
So like I don't blame him. Like I don't blame the composers pretty much for not having an easy time figuring out how to tie that in, because at the end of the day, you don't want them to sound too similar, but at the same time, you want to emphasize what kind of characters these are. And I think this was a good balance between it. Like, we'll sacrifice the fact that they're from the same group as like one thing, because I think that might just be the surprise that people would want to not like. I think it would be a great surprise to people.
Yeah.
So in that aspect. Like, so it's not like like we're not docking points off that obviously, because it's just like that's probably something that the composer went with for that specific reason.
Yeah.
And it's probably what the game composers wanted as well.
Yeah.
So yeah. All right, and this last one apparently is going to be Mika's theme. Very, very good. Like, this emphasized, as much as I don't really resonate with the character itself, I could easily tell that this character's like theme exactly, like you could tell exactly what kind of character this is. A high energy little kid who's not willing to back down, and they're playing around pretty much. They just treat it as if they're just playing around and it's a game to them.
Yeah, definitely.
Like,
I mean,
I
like the character and I like the theme stuff. For me personally, this would be an S.
I agree. This honestly feels like an S tier song. Like, straight up. This emphasizes everything that we want to know about this character from a song, pretty much. From the personality, like what kind of a person they are, or to even like how much, like, are they like a person who's like holding back, or are they just happy-go-lucky? Like, we know exactly what it is pretty much, because they're just you can see that they're happy-go-lucky. They're like, they're going all in pretty much on a lot of things, and they don't just back down. And when they, like, it straight up feels like when they lose, they don't really feel like they lost. They're just like, okay, it just happens.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it feels like.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, I think this might be it. And like, even though there is one more character left we can do, it doesn't seem like she has a unique theme in this game. Apparently it's just which is weird considering that this character is brought into this game specifically. But I'll play it, and yet we can't put it on the tier list here for some reason. Like this goes.
Well, for me personally, I really like the character. I love the theme. I use the theme all the time. I always like using it. Um, it's pretty good. I really like the piano. The piano is always, in my opinion, like the main focus of the song. I like that it's like very playful, like this witch vibe, this trickster vibe, just kind of doing your own thing, living your best life.
Right.
I love how the guitar kicks in there at parts. It's a really good theme. I would put it at S.
Yeah, I'm willing to put it in S. How like you don't like it's very fitting of the character too, so it makes sense that I would love to put it in S as well.
Yeah.
Like, and again, like if anyone's wondering why the heck is Merkaba the only one in S minus, it's not that we hate his theme, but rather we hate the fact that how sometimes it transitions into certain parts of the songs. It just feels like it cut in randomly.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like, that's what we're not happy with. Like we get it. That's what part. It sounds like it's supposed to be part of the character, but that like out of context, like it feels so weird to have that pretty much.
Yeah.
All right, and that seems like that every single character's theme.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's everybody.
Yep.
Well then, would you like to organize the tiers?
Nah, I feel like we wasted a lot of time. We're just gonna leave it unorganized because I'm not wanting to do that. You know. Like, I feel like we're gonna get into way more arguments with that specifically. Like, let's just have a general broad agreement that these songs just go in these tiers, because like everything could be subjective. Like, personally for me, like Hyde's theme, Scraper Sky High, like that is my undeniable favorite song, like in all Under Night, and it's one of my all-time favorite songs in all of video games. I'd probably say it's my favorite fighting game song in general.
Wow.
So that's a bold statement from me. So
that's a very bold statement.
Yeah, which is why I'm like, you're not gonna convince me otherwise, essentially. So like, I'd rather not, like, let's bring into this argument, essentially. Like, I'd rather not bring that argument into it, because like we'll be here for a lot longer, and I'm pretty sure we want to go eat too.
Yeah.
Like, we've been live for how long at this point? Like,
oh my God.
Almost 4 hours. Goodness.
Oh jeez. Oh,
yeah,
man.
so we spent a lot of time on that.
Yeah, it's always a bit of a situation when you try organizing the tiers. I remember when I was with Mighty Man, we did Guilty Gear Strive.
Yeah.
We got into some arguments about some about some of the stuff, especially in S tier when we were organizing S tier. Because I'm an Elfelt fan to the day I die, and
right.
I to this day, I am still upset that we somehow ended up with ABBA's theme being better than Elfelt's.
Oh God. Like, I need to really listen to ABBA's theme again, because I feel like Elfelt's a lot better in my as well.
Exactly.
But I need to really listen to ABBA's theme again. So.
Oh my God.
Like, and this is like, as much as I enjoy Mighty Man's company, I do not agree with him for like he hates Eno's theme. Like, really, that is one of my favorite themes. Like,
yeah, like,
at first,
I forgot where we put it.
It's so good.
I think I wanted to put it like B or A, but we ended up putting it in like, I think D. Yeah, I think we put it in D, because I'm pretty sure we put Bridget's theme in F, because I hate Bridget.
I'm pretty sure you guys actually put it in F, if I recall.
Did we?
Like, oh my. I feel like, yeah, that was what happened. I need to really, like, it's possible the clip was just lost the time. Yeah, but like, oh my God. Like, we're not getting into this argument of like, well, let's not get into this argument of like which themes pretty much just like like is better in order of tiers. Like we'll just leave it at this as a general understanding because I'm not budging on high being like not being number one. Like it is deservedly number one. It will always be number one. I am not convinced otherwise.
Yeah. I don't think we're ever gonna agree. Because for me, the number one theme in Under Night would be Blood Drain.
I could see that, like, and I could understand that, but my problem with and it's like I say with every single one of these songs, pretty much, the emphasis should be on the character, pretty much. Yeah. Not like what like it's like nice that it's a representation of where they came from and all, but like what does that tell me about this character is general. Like that's what my main concern was. It's been like that for the entire list.
Yeah,
and I've kept it consistent. Like most of the times that we had some like fumbles, pretty much, or just bad timing things that things happened in the song or whatever. Or like,
yeah.
That's about it. We'll send this probably to our friends and see how out of context. Like we'll say, hey, we made an Under Night 2 tier list.
I can't wait to see how Spooky reacts to it.
I'm sure out of context this is gonna be whack until we show him that this was a tier list of the music. Like
we
I would
just
love
put
to
it
see
there out of context. This is make them think it's a character tier list.
I'll do it actually, like right now. Give me a second. I'll post it in there and just say tier list we made.
So we're gonna be heading out, chat. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you to Nightbot for doing its public service.
Yep.